Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a video. I was thinking, right, I've done reviews, I've done foundations, but one of the things that has come up a lot in videos that I've gone by are questions about how do I get my skin to glow. And so I thought today I would do a video all about that. Now I have just used my Foreo device, and as you can see my face is looking quite shiny. I haven't put on, so I don't wipe my nose. Anyone that's watching me, I just somehow always get an itchy nose. Don't know why, but if you ever see me doing that, I am not wiping my nose. Okay, so I thought today I would show you a few things that I do. Now, one of the things that I always do in terms of skincare is I use an essence. And I have actually got myself at long last the Omorovicza essence because I really like it. And it's a huge bottle and it's going to last me a long time. But you can get one by the Body Shop, which is a lot cheaper. And it does a very good thing. And I also hear that Origins are a very good make as well for essence. Now, I swear by essences because I think that you need to think about the ingredients, and I'll get into that a little bit later as I'm showing you through some of the things that I'm doing. But what a good essence will do is it will actually prepare your skin for other serums. But not only that, when I put an essence on after I've cleansed my face, it seems to return it back to the state it was before I cleansed. So yeah, now I haven't put moisturizer on yet, so I've done my Foreo. I haven't put moisturizer on yet because I want to use this device, which is my Flawless Touch, and it's basically a hair remover. So I am in need, you should do it every day anyway, I am in need of a little bit of going over my top lip, I can see on here. But also what this does, as well as removing facial hair, which it's very good at, is it also gives you a little bit of an exfoliation. So I tend to do this after I've done the serum and it's dried in, so it's not, because once you put moisturiser on, it sticks to your face. And also I think that this helps open the pores up a little bit to prepare you for moisturiser. Can you hear it? It's sort of, every now and again you'll hear that, and that means it's basically got a hair. It's great for these little bits that grow down your cheek. Brilliant for your upper lip. But it really does smooth your skin as well. So I'm going to use this. I'll carry on, and then I'm going to put some moisturiser on and eye cream, and I'll be right back. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so I have now put on my moisturiser, which is actually a sunscreen, and I made sure that I rubbed it in well. Again, look, I'm not a skincare expert, guys. I read up a lot, and I watch a lot, and I definitely would recommend watching some dermatologists, because there's a lot of pseudoscience out there, and there's a lot of people like me that are not skincare experts talking about skincare, and it's great to actually hear from a dermatologist. One thing that I've mentioned a lot recently, that I've been watching Dr. Sam Bunting, is she talks about making sure that you really rub your skincare in well so that it's actually sunk in. And I realise that that's one of the main things that I've been doing differently recently. And it really, I've noticed a real notice in my skin, in the appearance and everything. Not letting skincare products just rest on the top of your skin. But also, the massage really gets your circulation going. And if you want a glow, then basically you're working towards a natural glow. What we don't want, you may want it, but when I'm looking to glow, I want this kind of glow. The glow that when the light hits it, now this is just from skincare. I don't want shimmery glow that's actually going to show up any kind of, I've still got a little bit of raised scarring from where I tried to get rid of that tag. And if you've got any sort of fine lines, it's going to show up. So what you're aiming towards is the glow from moisture. And because if you look at younger skin, it retains moisture a lot more. The other thing I would definitely recommend is exfoliating. Again, your skin turnover is between 6 and 8 weeks, I think. Again, do check all this out with a skincare expert. But as you age, that process of your skin shedding and being replaced by new skin cells slows down. And that's because of collagen and the way that you produce collagen. So you need to make sure you exfoliate your skin well. Now with the essence, the reason I was saying is check out, I think Estée Lauder as well, Omorovicza, Vitamin E Body Shop, and Origins, is they've got something called bioferment in them, which kind of, it helps your skin restore its kind of normal balance. There's a lot of things out there at the moment that are calling themselves essences, but when I look at the ingredients, it's got things like hyaluronic acid and things that you'll find anyway in moisturizers, but it seems to be the essences that they use in Korean skincare have got this bioferment in it, which is kind of a way of helping your skin's natural balance, natural flora. Again, read up about it. I'm not an expert, but I know what I know, and I definitely think it's worth looking in terms of essences, because that kind of restores your face after you've cleansed, and it makes it feel like it's going to penetrate, other products are going to penetrate. Anyway, enough of that. So this isn't going to be about specific products. I will talk about specific products, but I'll also talk generically, because it's about adapting and thinking about what works for you. Now, what works for me, as you know, is this Studio 10 glowplexion. I received this for free from Beauty in the Boutique, and I criticised it at first. I still criticise this, that it's only 15 mils. But having said it's only 15 mils, it's lasted me because it's very thick and you don't need a lot of it to cover your entire face. Now what I tend to do is I will put one pump on here, not even a whole pump, that, and I will rub that between my hands, and then I will put that over my entire face. Now make sure if you're using this that you have let your other products sink in, because I put a serum over the top of this and it didn't work, it just pilled. This has got firming qualities in it, and that is why I put it on first before anything else, because it just doesn't seem to work for me when I put it on all over my face over another product. So I tend to put this one on first. Now, you know I was glowing before, but what this does is it gives you a lovely glow, but not a shimmery glow. There is a little bit of shimmer in the actual formula, but you cannot see it. It just makes you glow. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit extra under my eyes. Now, bargain of the week, and I'm very tempted, and I put it into the basket last night, but I haven't purchased yet. I just don't know. Let me know if you want me to review it and you want to encourage me to buy it. Studio 10 have got an offer on at the moment where you can get £90 worth of their products for £40. And what is in the bundle is a double-ended eyeliner. So it's got brown eyeliner one side and a nude one the other, which is very good for brightening the eyes. And they've had some good reviews. they've got a lot of good ingredients like vitamin E in the eyeliners, so they're soothing for the eyes. And an eyeshadow, a cream eyeshadow, which has got sparkle in it. Mixed reviews about that. And then there is, what else is in this bundle? I'm trying to think now. A mascara that is supposed to be a treatment as well as a mascara. And it's got two brushes. One is supposed to be very good for the lower lash line. And so the mascara, the eyeliner, the eyeshadow, and a brow pencil. And some good reviews for the brow pencil. And £90 worth of products at the moment, going for 40 if you look on Studio 10's website. And I'm tempted, but I don't know whether to go for it or not. Anyway, so that is the glowplexion. And then what I do is I put on Unisex Healthy Glow. Now, if you're fair-skinned, just a warning, this is going to make you look orange. If you're my skin tone, it is fantastic. Now, if you're not my skin tone and you can't use this, the other things that you could use is something like Trini's BFF cream, which is very similar to this, in that it starts out looking like a cream, but as you rub it in, it turns into, it sort of adapts to your skin tone. The difference between the Trini one is that they come in different shades, so you can get one if you're light-skinned. The other one, I think Estée Lauder do one. I've got a sample of it somewhere. So they do one, which does the same thing. And that's called Daywear Sheer Tint Moisturiser SPF 15. Or you can just use either a light foundation or a kind of BB cream or a colour correcting cream. But you want to try and show your skin as it is, and get the natural shine to come through without covering up too much. So I've just put some of this onto my hand, and I'm going to rub this in, and I'm just going to show you again, because I always wow everybody when I show you how this works on my skin, and it just evens out my skin tone beautifully. And I'm not even sure, the funny thing is that Charlotte doesn't actually use that as her main selling point. She uses it as to give you a kind of healthy sun-kissed glow. It's supposed to kind of give you a slight tan, I think. But for me, it just evens out my skin tone. And it gets, all that hyperpigmentation kind of gets evened out. And I just love it. I've already got a backup for when this runs out. It's one of those that I will have a backup for. I do not allow myself to run out of. Now, can you see the difference between that side and that side in terms of my pigmentation issues and my under eyes? And it still leaves me with a lovely glow. Now, what you want to do when you're having a glowy look is to avoid powders as much as possible. Now, you may want to put a powder on, which we can do at the end, and then use a setting spray. Like, when I say a setting spray, I don't mean a real setting spray like the Urban Decay Fix Plus, but more like one of the MAC setting sprays, or any other setting spray, really, that actually kind of takes that powdery look away. And you can kind of do that in different combinations, which I will talk about in a minute. There's so much to say about this. Again, I'm trying to rein myself in. Now, can you see? And again, the more you rub, the more you're going to get your natural kind of glow to come through, because you're increasing the circulation in your skin. And I'm going to put a tiny bit more under that eye. I found that the Foreo device has really helped my under eyes, but for some reason this one is looking a lot worse than that one now. I don't know whether it's because I'm using the Foreo more, because this is my dominant hand, I've just got to be a bit aware of that. Just out of interest, let me know, do you find that your non-dominant side under eye looks worse than your dominant hand? Because I'm wondering if it is to do with application. Okay, so you can see now that I really don't need a lot of foundation, and I'm not going to use it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use Magic Away. And the reason I like this Magic Away, apart from the fact that I'm not going to be able to get the lid off, oh dear, there we go, is that this one and the Huda one, I don't find that you'd have to set it with powder. And I think the less that you use powder under your eyes, even when it claims to be a lightweight one, the better. The more moisture you have under your eyes when you have fine lines, like I do, the better. So I'm just going to put that, I'm swiping that under my eyes. And I'm using, what one am I using today? Shade 5. Because I am getting paler now, it's coming to winter. And I'm using some on my eyes as well, as a kind of primer and to balance out my skin tone so it doesn't look, hasn't got that shadow on it there. A bit down here, around the mouth, where you often have a few shadows. So you can see, really, it's almost like you're treating it like a foundation, because I'm not just putting it on tiny areas, but you're using it more, instead of focusing on, let's put it all over my face, you're focusing on where you need it. And I'm just going to tap that in. And up here, which is nearly gone, hurrah. Oh, and this is where my nose starts itching. And I rub it all off. Don't know why it is. Okay, I'll put a bit there, because my glasses always fall on that bit. Okay, so my face feels quite, you know, sticky right now, but not to worry, I am going to put that right. And I'm going to use some other Studio 10 products. Excuse me. Aha, I found one of the culprits. A little brow hair that has fallen off and was sitting right next to my nose. Now I'm going to use the Studio 10 bronzer. I got this in a set. Did I get this? No. I got the blush in a set from QVC. The only thing I will say is that the brush, which is great, fell apart very shortly after getting it, which is really annoying, because actually it's a really good brush, apart from the fact that it fell apart. I'll show you. One second. Okay, so here's the brush. I love it, but look, it's come apart. As soon as I put any amount of pressure, it just came apart, so I need to kind of glue that back on. But that's the brush. So I just take this bit here, and actually I'm going to use, for the bronzer, I'm going to use this side, and I'm going to put a little bit of this. This is the bronzer. So, and it's pretty universal, you can see. Similar formula to glowplexion, but it's a bit runnier. It doesn't have that firming quality that the glowplexion has. And I'm just going to, it's not really a brilliant contour, it's more of a bronze, and kind of warm up your complexion. And then I'm going to, I was about to turn it round, but it's not there. Use the other one to blend it in. It's very good for blending it in, because it's got the denser brush bristles underneath, and then these ones at the top for kind of applying. So if you've got a similar brush to that, that will do. So I'm kind of starting out as though I'm contouring, but... So the main thing is that, as I said, I'm talking generically. I like these products, but generically, what you want to aim for is to use as many cream products as possible until the last minute at least. And then you can use some powder. I'm just going to put some of that over, so I'm treating this. So if you've got Charlotte's contour wand, you could use that, but bear in mind that is not as warming as this. Another good product is Charlotte's Beach Stick in Formentera. That's really good at warming up your complexion. And then I'm going to do, when I'm doing a glowy look, for some reason, I don't know why, but I always do my face products first, because I want to kind of warm it up and see what the face looks like before I put on my eye makeup. Because I think the more that your face, that you like the look of your face, the less eye makeup you tend to apply. So I'm now going to put some of the plumping blush. Now, this doesn't show up massively on me. It's quite subtle, but I still like it. So it's a sort of peachy tone, and I'm going to use this bit of brush again to apply this. So what I do is I tend to use it a little bit to warm up my complexion, and then I might go in with something else. But as I'm getting fairer in the winter, it's probably going to work a lot better. Certainly when I had a bit more of a tan in the summer, it didn't really show up on me as much as I would like. And again, I'll put a little bit on the top. It's just going to warm up my complexion. You probably don't need both of those products. One is sort of slightly peachier than the other, but peach is such a lovely thing. You know, you can wipe it across here as well, just to kind of warm up your lids. I'm just playing a little bit. Okay, and I'll dab a tiny bit more. I think I need more this side. That's it. Okay, so you can see at the moment, but my face is feeling quite tacky. Okay, it is feeling quite tacky, which is probably why it's quite itchy. So any stray hairs from brushes is sticking to my face at the moment. But we will sort that out. Okay, so bear with me one moment and I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to keep the eyes quite simple today. I'll be back. I need to sharpen my tip about sharpeners. You can never have too many, and you know they do wear out after a while. You can definitely tell the difference when you start on a new one. I like Charlotte's one because it's got a little cleaning tool in it. I don't know if you've noticed that at the side, but this is a little cleaning tool. Now, a tip for buying sharpeners is I buy my sharpeners when I have ordered something and I'm just coming up to the borderline of it being free delivery, and it will say something like you spend £2.50 more and you get free delivery, and you think, oh, I'm going to pay £3 and I don't want anything else. That's when I order a sharpener, because they're a fiver. So whenever I get into that situation and I can't think of an, that's when I order my sharpeners. Right, so I'm now putting Colour Chameleon in Dark Pearl. So I'm going to keep this quite simple and glowy. I love Dark Pearl, and the story behind this is I would never ever have picked this colour in a million years. The only reason I got it was because it is Charlotte's suggestion for the day for brown eyes, and I am now halfway through my second pencil. I still have the stub of the original, which I carry around in my little brush wallet. So I always kind of save up the stubs to put in those wallets because they don't fit when they're full size. But I love this. It really works. So do have a look at what she suggests for your colour eye, because, as I say, I would never have chosen this colour in a million years, but when I got it, I loved it. Another product I used to use a lot when I was at work. So simple to apply. And, you know, if you're on a budget and you think, what do I need from Charlotte Tilbury? They are good, the colour chameleons, but you can also get some really good drugstore ones. Rimmel do some really good ones. A lot of really good makes. I'm not as keen on the NYX ones. I did try a couple. But Rimmel are very good. I've got one in rose gold, actually. It's really stunning. Let me see if I can show you that one. 1 second. Okay, I've got to hurry on out in a minute and I can't find it, but I've found 2 others to show you. These are called Rimmel Scandalise, and you can get them for a £5 or less. Probably have 3 for 2 on as well. So I'll show you a couple of colours. This one is actually very similar to the one that I've just put on. Let me show you. There's Charlotte's Colour Chameleon in dark pearl, which is there. Okay, and then this one is Rimmel Scandalise, and it's called Bluffing. Okay, actually it's a bit light on a similar. It's quite similar, which is why I bought it. You know, so if you're using it as a primer, very good. I do like the Rimmel ones. And then the other one I got, because it reminded me a little bit of Bronze Garnet, is Bad Girl Bronze. And that one is here. It's a bit brownier than Bronze Garnet. Bronze Garnet is a little bit on the plummier side, but gorgeous. So you can see next to the Colour Chameleon of Charlotte's, which is in the middle, there really isn't much in them in terms of the formula. Perhaps Charlotte's is slightly stiffer than these. These blend out a lot more, if you can see that. But, you know, if you're on a budget, you don't want to go for everything Charlotte Tilbury, and you want to pick and choose what you want to go for, then these pencils are really good. And I wish I could get rid of this hair that's tickling my nose. Okay, so I've done my Colour Chameleon in dark pearl, and I'm going to leave it at that and just put on some eyeliner. I'm going to use Daniel's Blue Velvet eyeliner. Because I'm wearing the navy blue trousers. And because blue really helps brown eyes to pop. And I love these eyeliners. They're £9.50, I think, and they are really good quality. So I'm going to run that along here. And at the moment, he's got until Christmas Eve, he's got an offer on whereby you get a free eyeliner with any full-size product, and the eyeliner is aqua. I've done that, and then what I'm going to do, I like to, when I do blue eyeliner as a contrast, to make it stand out, because at the moment you can kind of see it's blue, but to make it pop even more, If you do this with purple eyeliner, it will work for, it will make any colour eye pop. It's the only thing about these glowy things is that everything sticks to your face. Right, I'm just going to run a bit of Charlotte's eye cheat underneath in the waterline, because that will help show up the blue and make your eyes pop even more. Okay, and then some black mascara, which I'll do, and I'll be right back. I haven't done my brows yet, but I have to do my powder because things are sticking to my face and it's starting to annoy me. So I'm going to do my powder next. Now, you've got two options when you do your powder. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use a little bit of Daniel's watercolour blush just to give myself a little bit of an extra pinkness in my cheeks. Now, this one is really vivid. It's one I bought recently called Acid. Go easy on it, but it is beautiful. I'm just going to put a drop here. Can you see that? And it will just give you that flush, but you really need a tiny amount on the end of your finger. And rub, 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 rub. Or pat, 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 I should say. See? Just gives you that. I love this because it gives you that kind of look that you've been for a jog. That kind of look that I miss a lot now, because like when I'm out and about, if I'd been walking, that's what my cheeks would do, and they don't do it anymore because I'm not walking, and it kind of gives me that. That's why I like this one. Lots of posts. It's lovely on the lips as well in spring. Really nice. Or on the eyes. I've put this on my eyes as well. Right, so I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to get my powder. When you're doing powder for a glowy look, I definitely go for loose with this, because when you press powder, it might stick to all that thing, and then you find it looks a bit clumpy. So go for a loose powder. But you've got two options. You can either go for a powder that has got a bit of subtle shimmer, or I should say illumination to it, or go for one that's completely matte, and then set it with a shimmery setting spray. So you can either do it in the setting spray or the powder, but not both. If you do both, then it'll just look. So MAC do a shimmery version of MAC Plus, Fix Plus now. So I would either put on a completely matte loose powder and then set it with that, or I'll go with one that's got a subtle sheen in it and then set it with the usual MAC Fix Plus. And I just use a setting powder. I might put a little bit under my eyes, actually, because sometimes if it's too shiny under your eyes, it just accentuates that shadow. And then I'm going to concentrate more on the T-zone. Now, you can use as much as you want of this, and you can do it on the T-zone on the outer part of your face. If you want it to last a long time, then do it on your entire face. Just make sure that you use a bit more of Fix Plus or whatever setting spray you wish. And you can see, once I cover that with powder, it looks even more natural and lovely. But this is going to take some of the shine away, but fear not. I want to do that because it was really annoying me. Things were sticking, little hairs were sticking to my face and irritating me. I can feel every single hair of a brush when on my face if it sticks. Now, this is the Charlotte Tilbury loose powder, her Genius Magic Powder. which has got a slight sheen to it, a slight illumination to it. Again, just put a little bit more there. Now don't worry, you will not be covering up all your hard work in terms of keeping it shimmery. You can see it still looks quite shimmery, but it will look even more so in a minute. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I don't have any bits that still feel tacky, because that's the only thing, is that you get a very tacky face from doing all this. Okay, and you can, if you want, just put a very tiny smattering over the colour chameleon just to set it. Just pick some up on the brush and just do that, and then dab it, and that will just help it last even longer. Okay, now then I will get my MAC Fix Plus or whatever setting spray you have, doesn't really matter. The only one is not, we're not talking about the Urban Decay or Skindinavia setting spray, which really does set your makeup. We're talking about any other spray, or it could be a bottle of water. Okay, I'm going to use this one. It's called Set and Refresh by Estée Lauder, because I've had it for a while and I want to finish it, to be honest. And so you then just spray your face. Actually, this is a lot finer than them in terms of the mist. Spray your face and then let it sink in. But what you will find is that any powders that you have put on that have got a shimmer will basically, like the Charlotte one, it will bring that out now. If I use this on its own, I'm not that fussed. But when I put the setting spray over the top, the Fix Setting and Refresh spray, then basically it brings out the illumination of that powder. And as you can see, once it starts to dry down, still a little bit wet, but it looks lovely. So I'm just going to get I'll do my brows and I will do my lipstick on here, and then I better get a move on because I've got to go to the shops before Jack gets home. Okay, that's my brows done very lightly with the MAC felt tip pen, and I'm going to finish off by putting on Sexy Lips, which is her super, what do they call it, superstar lips, and I love this one. I think this one may have sold out. If any of you got Happy Lips, can you tell me whether you like it? Because I haven't got Happy Lips, and I was wondering whether to get it. But a lot of reviews say it looks very orangey rather than, it's supposed to be coral. So I'm just intrigued if anybody's got it. Anyway, that is today's look. As you can see, I know this is up very high, so let me just, so you don't think I'm cheating, let me turn that down a bit. And you can see that all the glow that I've got is a natural glow. It's not, apart from, you know, a little bit of shimmer in Charlotte's Magic Powder, the rest of it was achieved by just products, really. Now, where my nose is shining, I'm just going to finish off. I've just noticed that my nose is looking a bit unflatteringly shiny. So I'm just going to use her Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, because that is more matte. And just finish off by putting that in areas where I really don't want there to be as much shine, like so. That's better. Okay, so if you want more matte, go for this. If you want more shimmer, go for this. Okay, So I hope you've enjoyed today's look, and any questions about how to achieve shimmer through skincare products or makeup, just leave a question below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you all on Wednesday. I've got another foot appointment tomorrow, so I normally come back in agony after they've treated it. The way that they treat it will help my foot heal, but it hurts. So tomorrow is takeaway night and rest up night. But I will see you on Wednesday, and looking forward to it for the live. And I will come on at 1 o'clock. If there's a change of plan for whatever reason, I will post something. Have a look here on pinned posts. In case there's a change of plan, I will pin a post, a comment underneath here to let you know if there's a change of plan. Otherwise, I will see you at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.